In the morning when I rise, give me Jesus.
Good morning. So Jesus asked the Pharisees, is it okay to love on the Sabbath? What should you do? Should you do good or should you do evil? Should you give life or should you do something that would destroy another person? Well, it's easy to answer that question, isn't it? And so when Jesus said, is it okay to love on the Sabbath? And then he demonstrated compassion by healing a man with a withered hand. The Pharisees were full of rage because the law never has compassion. The letter of the law is not a loving thing. But Jesus said, don't ever approach the Sabbath without compassion. Well, today we're going to see how Jesus was able to do that kind of thing. We're in Luke chapter 6, and it's just one verse today, but it's so profound. It was at this time that Jesus went off to the mountain to pray, and he spent the whole night in prayer to God. Do you pray? Jesus prayed. Oh, he said, I can do nothing without the Father. So how did he get connected to the Father? He connected to the Father through prayer on a regular basis. After he had prayer all night long, we'll see tomorrow, he went and picked the 12 disciples. We saw in Mark chapter 1, verse 35, where Jesus did this. In the early morning, while it was still dark, Jesus got up, left the house, and went away to a secluded place and was praying there. Well, after that, the disciples came, found him, and said, look, everybody's looking for you. But Jesus said, well, I can't stay here. I have to go preach the gospel. I have to preach the kingdom in other towns as well. I came for that purpose. So, how did Jesus get peace about picking the 12 disciples? How did Jesus get peace about leaving people that were seeking him and going to other towns to preach the kingdom? Well, he got his peace by spending time with the Father. Paul told us the same thing. It's in Philippians chapter 4, and verses 6 and 7 say this. Be anxious for nothing, but in everything, by prayer and petition with thanksgiving, let your requests be known to the Lord. Whatever you have to take to the Lord, whatever it is that might be stressing you out, whatever decisions you have to make, whatever wisdom you need, go to God with thanksgiving. And look at what you get, verse 7, and the peace of God, which surpasses all comprehension, will guard your hearts and your minds in Christ Jesus. See, Christianity is a rest. When you pray, pray without ceasing, Paul said. Oh, have every step that you take be something that you take with the Lord. See, that's real prayer. Prayer is when you spend time with God in such a way that everything else fades away and you can hear his voice. You can get clear direction. And as you trust in him and as you surrender to his guidance, there is a peace that will come over you. And so, just like Jesus, pray without ceasing so that his peace will guide you in whatever decisions or whatever steps you have to take. Oh, God bless you as you have peace in your day-to-day while God directs you into a life that's rich and abundant. As you rest, that's Christianity, resting in Jesus. I look forward to being with you tomorrow. We're going to see how Jesus picked his disciples.
Give me Jesus. Give me Jesus.